Seniors, never reheat these 3 foods, and 3 you must reheat. Some foods can be risky when you reheat them, especially if you are over 65. But here's something interesting. The foods you think are safe might not be the best choice, and some foods you throw away could actually help you stay healthy. Did you know that reheating scrambled eggs might not be good for your heart? Or that warming up leftover potatoes could make you feel tired? These are real concerns that many people do not know about. Many people over 65 reheat foods without knowing there could be problems. Your kitchen habits might seem fine, but some reheated foods can cause inflammation. This affects your memory, how you move, and how you feel. When you reheat certain foods, chemical changes happen that can be hard on your body as you get older. Today I will show you exactly which 3 foods can be harmful when reheated, and which 3 actually get better for your brain, bones, and energy. I will also share one kitchen mistake that many people make that affects their daily strength. But first, let me tell you about 3 common foods that actually become more helpful when you reheat them the right way. Let's start with the 3 foods that get better. Food number 1, day-old oatmeal. Most people think cold oatmeal is ruined and make fresh batches daily, but this wastes a simple way to help your digestion. When you cook oatmeal and let it cool overnight, something interesting happens. The starches change into resistant starch. This works like food for the good bacteria in your gut, which becomes more important as we get older. This cooling process helps support your immune system. Your digestive tract holds about 70% of your immune function. As we age, keeping these bacteria balanced helps fight infections and reduce inflammation in your body. The resistant starch in day-old oatmeal feeds these helpful bacteria in ways that fresh oatmeal cannot do. But here's where it gets really interesting for your daily energy. Most people do not know that this gut change affects way more than just digestion. The energy difference you will feel might surprise you. Reheated oatmeal gives you better morning energy without crashes because the resistant starch releases sugar more slowly into your blood. This steady energy release helps keep your blood sugar stable, which means better mood and consistent energy all day. Many people over 65 say they feel more alert and balanced when they start doing this. Here's how to do it. Cook a large batch on Sunday, put it in containers, and put them in the fridge. Each morning, add a little water or milk and reheat gently. This makes oatmeal one of the best healthy breakfast options while being easy to prepare. For better brain function, mix your reheated oatmeal with blueberries and walnuts. This combination gives you helpful nutrients. The natural chemicals in blueberries work well with the healthy fats in walnuts to support brain function, while the resistant starch gives your brain steady energy. So remember that ruined, cold oatmeal is actually your secret weapon for steady energy. But oatmeal is not the only leftover that gets better with time. Food number 2, yesterday's vegetable soup. People think day-old soup loses its nutrients and healing properties, but this causes many people to miss out on a simple way to help their immune system. When vegetable soup sits overnight, the nutrients become more concentrated. The minerals and vitamins from the vegetables become easier for your body to absorb as the liquid reduces slightly and the plant cells continue breaking down. This longer contact time helps your body get these nutrients better than when the soup is eaten right after cooking. The cooling and reheating process creates chemical changes that break down tough cell walls in vegetables, releasing healthy plant chemicals that were not available during the first cooking. Natural compounds from tomatoes, carrots, and onions become more concentrated and easier for your digestive system to process. Here's what most people do not know about day-old soup. The immune benefits actually get stronger overnight. What happens to these nutrients might change how you think about leftovers. Yesterday's soup may help with joint comfort through better absorption of minerals like potassium and magnesium. These minerals help keep proper fluid balance in your joints, which may reduce stiffness and improve how you move. The better absorption comes from the soup's change structure, which helps your cells use the liquid better. This may lead to better circulation as your blood stays more consistent throughout the day. Making soup part of your routine needs simple planning. Prepare large batches with carrots, celery, onions, and leafy greens on weekends, then reheat portions throughout the week. These vegetables work best because their cell walls break down well during cooling. For sensitive stomachs, reheat soup to 140 degrees rather than boiling temperature. This gentler approach keeps the immune support nutrients while staying easy to digest. So that soup sitting in your fridge is not getting weaker. It's getting stronger. But soup is not the only food that works this way. Food number 3. Leftover brown rice. Brown rice seems boring and people do not realize its reheating potential, missing out on one of the most powerful tools for steady energy available in any kitchen. The wrong idea that leftover grains lose their value stops many people from getting what I call energy timing. The precise way reheated brown rice gives sustained fuel without the blood sugar spikes that can leave you feeling drained and unfocused. When brown rice cools after cooking, its starch molecules go through an interesting change. During this cooling period, the starches change into resistant starch, a form that your digestive system processes completely differently than fresh rice. This resistant starch skips your small intestine entirely, traveling directly to your colon, where good bacteria slowly turn it into helpful fatty acids. These fatty acids give steady energy release over hours rather than minutes, which helps people over 65 whose metabolism becomes less efficient at handling rapid blood sugar changes. What most people do not know is how this affects your sleep and focus. The energy benefits from day-old rice go way beyond just avoiding afternoon crashes. Your nighttime rest might improve in ways you would not expect. This process gives all-day energy without afternoon crashes because your blood sugar stays stable throughout the day. The consistent sugar supply may improve sleep quality by stopping the nighttime blood sugar drops that often wake people multiple times. Also, your brain gets steady fuel for better focus and mental clarity, as brain function directly depends on consistent sugar availability. Try the rice bank method for practical meal planning for seniors. Cook large batches twice weekly, put them in containers, and keep in the fridge for up to 5 days. Mix reheated rice with healthy fats like olive oil or nuts to help absorb fat-soluble vitamins. Heat rice gently with added moisture to prevent drying, keeping its helpful structure. That boring brown rice is actually your energy insurance policy. Now, let me tell you about 3 foods that work the opposite way. Food number 1. Reheated mushrooms. Mushrooms represent one of the most tricky items in your refrigerator because they appear completely harmless while having unique digestive risks that may affect aging systems. The main danger comes from what I call protein confusion, a process where reheating causes mushroom proteins to change and restructure in ways that may create digestive challenges for people over 65. Unlike other foods, where protein breakdown might cause temporary discomfort, mushrooms contain complex protein chains that become increasingly difficult for older digestive systems to process when heated multiple times. When mushrooms cool after initial cooking, their cell structure begins breaking down, releasing natural chemicals that continue working even in the refrigerator. These chemicals break down the mushroom's protein in unpredictable ways, making partially broken protein pieces that your stomach acid struggles to process well. Reheating these changed proteins forces your digestive system to work much harder, which may trigger inflammation in your intestinal lining that can last for several days after eating. What many people do not realize is how this affects their daily medications. The digestive stress from reheated mushrooms may interfere with how well your body absorbs important medicines. This connection might surprise you. This digestive stress may impact medication absorption, a critical concern for people managing multiple prescriptions. When your gut lining becomes inflamed from processing these damaged proteins, it may become less able to absorb medications, possibly reducing the effectiveness of important drugs like blood pressure medications, heart medications, and diabetes treatments. The inflammation may also disrupt your gut bacteria balance, affecting beneficial bacteria that people over 65 need for immune function and overall digestive health. The bacteria imbalance often shows up as persistent bloating, irregular bowel movements, increased gas production, and higher chance of infections. Many people think these symptoms are normal aging rather than recognizing them as consequences of consuming foods that should not be reheated. Treat mushrooms as single-use ingredients. Fresh preparation actually takes less effort than reheating. Simply slice mushrooms directly into hot pans or add them fresh to soups during final cooking minutes. Mushrooms might look innocent in your fridge, but they are working against you. The next food on our list does something even more concerning to your heart. Food number 2, day-old eggs. Eggs present a heart concern when reheated because they go through cholesterol changes, a chemical process that turns harmless dietary cholesterol into compounds that may damage your blood vessels. When eggs cool after initial cooking, their cholesterol molecules become unstable and vulnerable to oxygen exposure. Reheating speeds up this change greatly, making substances called harmful compounds that behave completely differently from regular cholesterol by directly affecting the delicate lining of your arteries. This process may target the cells that line your blood vessels, causing tiny tears and triggering inflammation throughout your heart system. These damaged areas may become collection points for calcium deposits and additional cholesterol buildup, possibly speeding up artery blockage in ways that regular dietary cholesterol never could. For people over 65 already managing high blood pressure, existing heart conditions, or circulation problems, this additional stress may make heart concerns worse by creating new damage while making existing conditions more difficult to control. This could be happening to you. The effects from reheated eggs often get blamed on normal aging, but your breakfast might be the real problem. These signs might surprise you. This process may explain why people over 65 sometimes feel worse after eating leftovers in ways that seem unrelated to traditional food poisoning. Many experience increased chest tightness, unusual tiredness, or mental cloudiness after eating reheated eggs, symptoms typically thought of as aging rather than food choices. The changed cholesterol compounds may also interfere with your body's natural defenses, reducing your ability to fight other harmful substances for medications or environmental toxins. Understanding foods to avoid reheating becomes important for protecting your heart health through smart meal planning. Instead of reheating yesterday's scrambled eggs or egg-based dishes, prepare fresh eggs using gentler cooking methods like poaching or soft boiling. These techniques take less cooking time while keeping nutritional value and removing risks. Those leftover eggs might seem convenient, but your heart pays the price. Our final food creates a different kind of chaos in your body. Food number 3, leftover white potatoes. White potatoes rank among the most tricky items in your refrigerator because their familiar comfort hides a problem I call starch rebellion, a process where cooling and reheating changes their carbohydrate structure, in ways that may target blood sugar control systems in people over 65. When potatoes cool after cooking, their starches go through changes, but unlike helpful grains, potato starches make a problematic compound that resists normal digestive enzymes while at the same time triggering rapid blood sugar spikes when reheated. The process involves potato starches forming crystal-like structures during cooling that become highly concentrated when exposed to reheating temperatures. These concentrated starches overwhelm your pancreas with sudden sugar demands, forcing it to release large amounts of insulin in short bursts. For people over 65, whose insulin sensitivity naturally decreases with age, this may create blood sugar chaos that goes far beyond simple blood sugar rise. The rapid insulin response, followed by crashes, may contribute to balance issues and mental fog that many people experience but rarely connect to their reheating habits. The timing of when you feel bad tells the real story. Many people feel unsteady or confused hours after eating reheated potatoes, but never make the connection. The pattern might shock you. This blood sugar disruption may explain why many people over 65 feel unsteady or mentally unclear several hours after eating reheated mashed potatoes, French fries, or baked potatoes. The blood sugar ups and downs may affect your inner ear fluid balance, while at the same time reducing sugar availability to your brain during the crash phase. Your brain function depends on steady sugar supply, and the up and down patterns made by reheated potato starches may trigger confusion, memory lapses, and decision-making difficulties that last for hours. White potatoes clearly belong among foods that cause problems when reheated because of their unique starch behavior. Practical alternatives include sweet potatoes, cauliflower, or turnips, which provide similar comfort and texture without the blood sugar chaos. Those comfort foods are creating chaos in your body. Now let me show you exactly how to take control of your kitchen. Start by using the temperature test method for all reheating decisions. Foods that get better when reheated should reach 165 degrees, while risky foods should never see a microwave again. Buy a quick read thermometer and keep it in your kitchen drawer as your most important food safety tool. Make designated storage containers for different food types to stop cross-contamination and remind yourself of proper handling. Use clear glass containers with blue lids for good reheating foods like oatmeal, soup, and brown rice, while using red-lidded containers for foods that need fresh preparation only. This visual system stops guesswork and prevents dangerous reheating mistakes when you are in a hurry or feeling less alert. Plan meal timing that works with these reheating rules rather than against them. Cook your good foods in larger batches on Sunday and Wednesday, putting them immediately into single-serving containers while still warm. For foods that must be prepared fresh, like eggs and mushrooms, keep pre-chopped ingredients ready in your refrigerator, so fresh preparation takes less time than reheating would need. Learn the gentle reheating technique for good foods by adding 1 tablespoon of water or broth before warming, then heating at medium power for longer periods rather than high heat for short bursts. This method keeps the helpful compounds while making sure food is safe. For soups, reheat only the portion you plan to eat immediately rather than warming the entire batch repeatedly. Set up a freshness timeline system where you label containers with both storage date and recommended eating date. Good reheating foods keep their enhanced properties for up to 5 days, while risky foods should be eaten within 24 hours or thrown away. Keep a small notebook in your kitchen to track which combinations work best for your digestion and energy levels. The foods we thought were safe are the problem. The foods we thought were boring are the solution. This week, try making extra soup on Sunday, save your oatmeal overnight, and cook rice in bigger batches. Your energy levels will tell the story. Within 2 weeks, most people report stable energy, better digestion, and clearer afternoon thinking. Which of these foods have you been reheating? Share your story in the comments because your experience could help someone else avoid years of unnecessary tiredness. If this changed how you think about leftovers, hit that like button to help others find these tips. Subscribe and ring the notification bell for more health tips made for your needs. Share this with friends who might benefit from understanding safe reheating practices. You could improve someone's daily energy and well-being. Ready to turn your kitchen into a health helper? Stay tuned. Next week, I am revealing the 5-minute morning routine helping people feel 10 years younger. Your journey to better health through smarter food choices starts with simple kitchen decisions every day. Disclaimer: this information is for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace medical advice. Do not change or stop any medications based on this content. Always consult your doctor or healthcare provider for personalized medical guidance.